Oh, well, hello. I'm glad you made it. Another week here at Sugarwood. I'm just putting the silver away from our Thanksgiving. But I thought in today's video, I'd give you a really quick look at some items that I found consignment shopping and thrift store shopping, many of which I was able to use during our Thanksgiving holiday. And then I'm also going to just show you a quick snippet of some of the things I did before Thanksgiving, because you know what? I made the conscious decision to put my phone down, the camera, everything, as soon as the first guest arrived, which was my daughter and her boyfriend, and she was helping me prep for the gathering. So I decided to put the camera down, but I'm still going to show you what I did for a really easy centerpiece for the table, what I did for some candlelight, and just some of the foods that I shared during the day. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And after today, for me, it's on to Christmas. I'll be putting away the Thanksgiving items, and then I'll be bringing the boxes out of storage, and I will be decorating over the next few weeks because I'm once again making a decision to do this decorating slowly, with thought, enjoying the moment, and seeing what does and doesn't work here at Sugarwood, because even though it has a similar feel to our Groton house, the rooms are a different size, the layout's a little different, so I'm going to see what works and what doesn't. There's just something about seeing the rainbows of crystal when the sunlight hits it. But on another note, if you haven't already subscribed and you have been watching frequently, I would love for you to subscribe because it really does help my channel out. All right, now on to the video. We were enjoying our Thanksgiving a week early, and this was the first snowfall of the season. What a magical way to start the morning. Soon after, the sun came out, and I thought I would show you these beautiful little drops of melted snow on the tips of the trees. Once again, living in the moment. Take time, look around you, because you never know what you might miss. Welcome to my channel, New England Fine Living, a place where I hope to inspire you to find your own version of fine living for your home and yourself, no matter how simple or grand that may be. So I'm going to show you a few consignment and thrift store finds that I've had just purchased recently and a few over the years. Now, one of my recent purchases were these salt and pepper shakers that I found at Rebecca's Consignment in Peterborough, New Hampshire. And then I also found this pheasant dish. This was a last year's find. I don't remember where I got it, but I believe it's in last year's thrifting video. Underneath the candle here is part of the Royal Staffordshire set that I got at Seagull Antiques last year. It's from a set of 12. And then I got two of these really beautiful and thick hurricane glass globes, and these are from Twin Oaks Farm Antique Store, also from Peterborough. And I have a few of these little salt and pepper shakers already put aside, but you know what, they're always really hard to fill because the opening at the top is so small. But I'm going to show you how I finally filled them with just a piece of paper. Also found at Twin Oaks Farm in Peterborough were these pottery cups that I just love on their pedestal base. It just elevates serving coffee or hot chocolate or mulled cider. I got this set of 6. I think it was $25. They were made in Japan, and I have used these already quite a few times since my purchase. Here in the living room, I wanted to show you a lamp that I found. Actually, my mother found them. We have 2 lamps here that we purchased at a store that she is close by to. I think I paid $65 for the pair. They are beautiful quality. The little wheat arrangement there I purchased last year. The pheasants were purchased so many years ago, I don't even know. And then also I got a set of 6 of these teacups and saucers. The name of them is Spring, and I just loved the colors on them. It really follows the color theme I'm doing in the house here for blacks and taupes and greens. Now let me show you how I filled the salt and pepper shakers. As I mentioned, the tops of these are so small. Filling them with salt is just very hard. So all I did was I took a piece of paper and I rolled it very tight like almost a cotton candy cone, and I simply slip it in and filled it with the salt and pepper. I actually found this part very calming and therapeutic, so maybe if you'd like to just watch and enjoy, or you could fast forward. One thing I do want to mention is don't pour too much salt into the tube, because you do want to make sure it doesn't overfill. There was one time that I did have to tip it up and put it into another container. And until I screwed off the caps, I didn't notice that one of the caps was different than the rest. I'm guessing most of you know this already, but for those who don't, there are usually 2 sizes of holes with the salt and pepper shakers. The salt holes are smaller, the pepper holes are larger. Easy centerpiece number 1. For the centerpieces, I simply used cinnamon pine cones that I purchased at the grocery store, and then I tucked in some of my sliced dried oranges and sliced dry apples, and even some of the small pine cones that I collected last year. Some of you may remember that we made a pine cone Christmas tree together with those little pine cones. And here's the table set up partially, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like. Also on the table are some reproduction vintage jelly jars that I got from Matthew Mead. Some of you may know him from his books and magazines. And I just put some water and cranberries and floated some votives on top. And I did that in previous years as well. And even though our children are grown, they couldn't help but play with the candles that were in the cranberries and water. They kept pouring the wax, tilting the wax, and it was a little bit of their entertainment during dinner, and my entertainment as well. Easy centerpiece number 2. For another easy centerpiece, I simply took one of my candles that was already in a glass container, put it inside a glass candle holder, then filled it with cranberries and pine cones and then a little bit of water. and once it was lit, it gave a really nice glow to the table. And there's the pinecone Christmas tree that we made together last year on one of my episodes. It actually has a little bit of copper sparkle to it, but you can't see it in this photo. I found a recipe for cranberry pops in one of my recipe books, and then I made some candied orange peels, and my daughter made an apple jelly candy that she created by accident. So I'm going to hopefully get the recipe from her for that. I love making candied peels, and you can do this with limes, lemons, oranges, and it is so good. Let me know below if you'd like me to share the recipe with you. I asked my daughter Shannon to put together the cheese board for me, and she ended up grabbing some of these cranberry pops, and the reason they're called pops is when you put them in your mouth, they do pop, but they're very sweet with just a touch of tartness because they are boiled in a simple syrup first. And she also used some of the candied orange peel on the tray here. So we've got apples and oranges and strawberries along with the cheeses. She then put a tray together of the crackers and placed it right next to the cheese platter. Throughout the day, we enjoyed our meal, and then we went out to the fire pit. But the next morning, when I first woke up, I loved seeing that the table still had the Scrabble board on it, the cards were on it, the chafing dishes are actually on the floor. They were all washed and cleaned up, but they're on the floor there. We just had a grand time playing cards and games together. But I'm going to lead you to believe that the rest of the kitchen is clean and that all the dishes are put away and the counters are cleaned off. No such luck. There is a big mess behind me. But today, I'm creating this video, I'm going around the house and collecting all of the items that are going to be put away in storage so that I can start decorating for Christmas. I'm just removing the remote control that goes to the candles that we have in our windows. I love the battery operated candles that we have here. If you didn't see them in a previous video, they are on timers, or I can turn them on and off with that remote. They're great. But like I said, right now I'm just going to go around the house and pick up all of the items that have to do with Thanksgiving and fall, and they're going to go in storage. Put on your rose-colored blinders because we're going through the kitchen and there is quite a mess still going on here. I've already been going around collecting items. I'm going to put them all here on the table, and when I'm done, I'll put them in their boxes, and then usually I find one more thing and I have to go reopen a box, but that's just the way it is. I usually take apart the Thanksgiving tree and move it to the other room, but I think I might just add my gingerbread cookie men and the fruit. We'll see. I have picked up my pineapples. They're going to go on the urns outside, but I'm also going to tell you a little story later about pineapples. And it's not the story about welcome that some of you may think. And now it's time to relax and get cozy. I'm sitting by the fire with my mother. You can see her toes there off to the right. But remember I mentioned that things would be put away and I'd see something else? I'm now realizing that I have some plastic gourds in the lantern there by the fireplace. So yes, I now have to go get them and put them away in a box. But I'm now going to enjoy thinking about Christmas and getting the house ready for the holidays. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, soon we will be doing a little bit more decorating for the holidays, and I hope you will join me. Bye now.